Okay, this video is to help anyone replace their drive cable. Had to do mine. As you can see, it broke right off as I was using it. So I'm going to be replacing that today. So the first most important step to maintaining a lawnmower of any type with a gas engine is to take the cover. It's by pulling it off easily, the spark plug, and that way there's no engine mishaps. Okay, first step, on the side of your drive thing, there's two 10mm screws that you have to get out. So I'm going to unscrew those. Two screws, they're on the left side. They're facing it like you're driving. And there's another one over here on the right. That's to take off. I also made the wheel go the highest it could, so that will make it easier to look underneath once we get these screws off. So again, there were two screws on this side, and there were two screws on that side, and there's going to be some screws underneath the lawnmower, so we're going to have to tip it. So my lawnmower is pretty dirty. There are two screws though that we have to remove, which are right here and right here. They're in the front. There's the front piece we have to get off with the drive cable going into it. So I'm going to take those two screws off now. So then we have to remove some more screws. There was one here, there's one here, there's one in the middle, right there. And there's two more just like the other side down here. And also over here. Okay, just remove those 4 bolts, 10mm bolts. And as you can see, the top part is now coming off. So I'm going to tip the lawnmower back on its right side to make it up, you know, the way it's intended to be. So the cover pries right off. You loosen all those screws. That's why you need to loosen the two on the bottom. So just to let you know why. And then we get right to the drivetrain here. This is the drive cable going into it. This is what we have to replace. First thing we want to do is we're going to get some needle nose pliers and take out this retaining clip right here. Take out needle nose pliers and we squeeze the side. The retaining clip like this to pop it right out. I'm gonna probably need 2 hands on this, so I gotta put the camera down. But again, you just put the nose pliers here, squeeze the sides, and then lift the cable right out. I'm just gonna go for the actual end of the drive cable, which you just slip right through the grooves, and it should pop out like that. That's the end of the cable. And now I'll just have to work on this thing. Retaining clip and try to get it in there. Alright, so the retaining clip, the end of it is out of the holder right there, and you're just gonna feed the cable through. Feed the cable through, get all the way out. Now they have these zip ties which you could cut to make it easy to get this out, but I'm gonna see if I can just keep them there and fish my line through there. Now over here they have one of those clip things you have to get off with your those pliers. On the new cable it looks like this. So you can clearly see that there's just 2 things you have to push out and then pull that thing out. My cable slipped right out of there. See, now it's broken, but I'm gonna take that out with some nose pliers. Alright, to put the new cable in, it's pretty much like the old thing. I'm gonna deal with the clip first. It's going to go right into the groove. You put the cable in right there on the side. And you just got to push up so it locks in. And then you got to take off the old spring if it's still there. If not, this shows you where it goes. It's just a little hole right here. Take the spring out. Put the new spring in. That's your drive cable up here so far. Then you want to fish the wire through. Little cords right there. So I'm going to do that next, and I put the cable down. I fished the new cable through the zip tie. Remember to go to the right where the original was going. And we're going to go all the way around to the front, which have a little bit of slack to get this in there. So I'm going to take the end weight, put it in the hole. And you're going to fish the cable around just like it was before. If you can see, it's not going to pop out because you got the ends over there that won't make it come out. And the second thing is to bring this back. This might take a little extra strength here just to get the clip back in there. It's going to take 2 hands. But oh wait, maybe 1. Get the cable through first. Okay, so the cable goes through. And you just push it in, pops right in. It's locked. And it should be all set. Now you just have to put the cover back on. Alright, next step. Line up the cap on the other side. Cover's got to fit underneath the engine. Don't know if you can see that. I'm not looking where the camera's pointing. That's to get these 2 screws back in. You'll see it down here anyways because they should have holes to line up to. And I'm going to screw those on first. Remember, all these screws are 10 millimeters. And they do not, this is what they look like, basically. So make sure you use the same screws. After you get those 2 screws on, it's time to put back the 5 other screws they took off before. And that's getting here, here, in the middle, over here. There's 2 more down here, one there, and one over there. 10 millimeter bolts again. One thing you have to do to get the cover down, see that this the wheel adjustment's in the way. So you gotta push it down in a way and get that groove part against the metal part down there. I have to have 2 hands for that again, so I have to put the camera down, but just get this part right there to that metal part done by moving the wheel adjuster to the side. Thing to note about putting the screws in, it's only plastic, so don't like keep turning expecting it to tighten up all the way like a screw on wood or anything like that, or metal, because it's plastic. It's going to turn around a little bit. So you just tighten them down enough where they don't move, and then you're all set. Don't over tighten the screws because then you might strip whatever threads are in there. Last step before we start it is to put the 2 original screws back in. There's one screw with a little collar. See that collar right there? That goes sideways into the body of the plastic thing. The regular screw goes down into that hole right there. This goes from the top. You're gonna do that on both sides. And then it'll be time to test the lawnmower. Okay, don't forget your last step, which is put the sleeve back onto your spark plug. Remember, you did that for safety. You took it off because you were dealing with the engine, which, you know, possibly was going off with a pull start. Is not that great, but hey, safety first. So you just pop it back on, push it on all the way. So as you see, it's working. I had almost no gas in the engine. It was a good thing, so I didn't want any gas to spill, so I put the gas in. Now it's just the drive cable right here. And it works. We're off the roll. And that's how you fix your drive cable. Hopefully it doesn't snap again. But hey, if it does, you know how to replace it. You're all set. Hope this was helpful.